At the time, everybody was fighting to get their rights. The blacks wanted theirs, women wanted their feminist rights done. Everybody wanted to be dealt with as human beings, you know what I mean? And so the gay culture was no different than anybody else. Up until then, the police in every city rules the gay community bars and stuff. They go up to there and they take those light sticks and hit the door jam. And you're supposed to step away from a partner of the same sex that you're dancing with them. If you're at a table, you're supposed to move apart and sit and be casually talking within so many feet away from each other. It was just the right time and the right place, because when they came to get us out of there, nobody moved.
People outside started forming a crowd, and this was not just gays, this was people who lived there. It was a very close neighborhood at Sheridan Square. People came out of their apartments because they heard there was a ruckus. It was building. Tenants came out from the buildings, and people in the street. It was a warm summer night, by the way. As they paraded people out, and I referred it to the first gay pride parade, people took it literally and they thought there was a parade then. Of course, it's a figure of speech. But they did parade the people out in handcuffs to waiting paddy wagons. So I figured they had pulled me down in front of the club. That's what happened. Because I tried getting away, like a flat out getaway. So I made a break for it. I figured with all these people there, I could get into the crowd. And that's when King Stormy, who was there, a Stonewall veteran, was right in the front of the crowd and saw that one of the cops grabbed me from behind, pulled me down to the street. Really annoying and especially embarrassing with all these people. But what happened is that really charged up the crowd more. And there were other incidents that charged them up, but mine was the first. And with that, a cop threatened Stormy, who's a drag king, by the way. And Stormy punched, just out of defense, the cop in the head or the face. And
I walked away with an eye bleeding, but he was laying on the ground, out. That was no riot. Everybody says a riot. It was a disobedience, and they started fighting back. It was a rebellion. And once they got the hang of it, they rebelled quite well. Well, I got into it by accident. And then Charles Kaiser, when he wrote his book, Gay Metropolis, was trying to figure out how it started. When the fight really started, they were just running around, calling names and things and throwing toilet paper down from the windows and what have you. And I just walked up. I used to come in whenever I came in town to go down to see if anybody needed help or if they were in jail. I could get them out, what I could do. I looked like I was 20, but when that happened, I was 48 years old.
Stormy has testified about this for decades. So that really got it going, but they got me and took me down to the old 6th Precinct on Charles Street, near the Hudson River, and when I went in there, it was very dark and gloomy. It's not there anymore. It was a very dark, gloomy, scary place in a very old building, and I thought something's going to happen to me here. I really believe that. So, but they did fingerprint me there and took the now famous mug shot. And when they brought me in, the guy at the desk, I forgot what they call him. He was like a sergeant, the desk sergeant or something. He said to these two, they were undercover cops, he goes, "What is it, male or female?" And I said, "Don't worry about it, I already have a boyfriend." So although I was scared, I didn't hesitate to say that to some ugly creep, making a comment like that.
And then we went to court and they let everybody go. And so it happened that next night. 3 nights this went on.
Over the past year, homosexuals have been coming out into public, refusing to hide in the closets, as we say.
What do you want the police to do?
We want them off our backs. We want them to stop harassing us, stop pushing us around.
The program we are about to present is a report on the gay liberation movement. It deals with the drive for legal and civil rights and for freedom of expression of the homosexual lifestyle. Some of the scenes may be disturbing or shocking to some viewers. We point that out for those who do not wish to see, or perhaps do not wish their children to see, any portrayal of homosexual behavior.
About 1,000 men and women were in the march to protest against laws on homosexuality. Most of the marchers said they were homosexuals. A large squad of police escorted the group through several miles of streets in lower Manhattan. There were no problems, but a few Jesus freaks marched alongside, calling homosexuals perverted and sinners. Outside Madison Square Garden, speakers demanded a wide range of gay rights, including liberalized laws on sodomy and new laws which would make it illegal to discriminate against a homosexual.
The reason is that many of us have to wear masks because if we're seen on TV or in the leader post, we could lose our jobs, put the custody of our children in jeopardy, and because we still do not have protective legislation in the province of Saskatchewan.
About 100 gays and lesbians and their supporters gathered near Dark Hall. They marched down College Avenue to Albert Street toward the legislature.
In 1996, 11,000 people actually marched down the street here in St Kilda. This year, they expect more than 40,000 people, with the theme being Take Pride, Take Joy, Take Action. Let's have a look at the action from Pride March 2000.
Somewhere in the hills, those hazy days that